All right, let's talk about generative AI. This stuff is incredible, right? It can write poetry, it can debug your code, it can whip up an image in just a few seconds. But, like any really powerful tool, there are some hidden dangers. So, we've put together a kind of diagnostic manual to help you spot them. Let's get right into it.
So this is the big question, isn't it? AI can give you these amazingly fluent, super convincing answers. But what happens when that answer is just confidently wrong? I mean, totally built on a shaky foundation. Figuring this out is absolutely the key to using this tech safely. To really get to the bottom of this, we need to wrap our heads around a core idea, what we're calling the Gen AI paradox. It's all about the massive difference between prediction and actual genuine understanding. See, the way an AI thinks is just fundamentally different from how our brains work. And that difference, that's where almost all the potential problems come from. Here's the main thing you have to remember. When you ask an AI a question, it's not looking through some giant encyclopedia of facts. Nope, it's running this unbelievably complex math problem to predict which word is most likely to come next, based on the trillions of words it's seen before. It's a prediction engine, not a knowledge engine. That's a huge distinction. So, this brings us straight to our first major risk. And honestly, it's a big one. It's the AI's knack for creating what I call believable fictions. You've probably heard about this one, and for very, very good reason. The official term for this is a hallucination. It's what happens when the AI, just trying to string together the most plausible sounding sentence, literally just makes stuff up. It might invent a quote from a famous person or cite a legal case that just plain doesn't exist. But it'll present it to you with all the confidence in the world. And that's what makes it so risky. It can spread misinformation like wildfire without you even realizing it. And this quote right here, it gets to the very heart of why these hallucinations happen. The model isn't trying to lie to you. It doesn't even have a concept of what a fact is. All it knows is what is statistically likely to come next in a sentence. This is exactly why you have to double-check any critical information you get from an AI. Okay, let's move on. Our second risk goes beyond just getting wrong info and into something even more dangerous: unintended disclosures. This is when the AI tells you something it absolutely should not. And this risk really comes in two flavors. Over on the left, you've got prompt leaking. This is when the AI accidentally shows you its own instruction manual, kind of like blurting out that it uses specific legal databases when you ask how it works. Then, on the right, you have something way more serious: model exposure. This is when the model leaks sensitive, confidential data it was trained on, like, say, a company's secret business plan. Big yike. The third risk we need to put in our manual is a total legal minefield that everyone, developers and users, needs to be super careful about. We're talking about copyright collisions. Think about it. These models are trained on just enormous chunks of the internet. So, of course, they've digested tons of copyrighted stuff: books, articles, code, you name it. The risk is that the AI might accidentally spit some of that material back out, almost word for word, leading to some serious intellectual property infringement. And here's a perfect real-world example. Let's say you ask an AI for a cute kid's story about a pigeon that wants to go to school. If that model spits out something that is basically a carbon copy of a very famous, very copyrighted book, well, that's a huge problem. It's not on purpose, but that doesn't really matter when the lawyers get involved. So we've diagnosed the main risks. Now for the most critical question: what's the treatment? Well, the most important fix isn't some fancy piece of software. It's you. You are the essential human guardrail in all of this. Your job here really comes down to these three steps. First, you have to validate the outputs. Treat everything the AI gives you like a first draft, not a final fact. For anything important, this is just non-negotiable. Second, implement your own guardrails. Think carefully about the prompts you write and what sensitive info you might be putting in. A good rule of thumb: don't feed the machine anything you wouldn't want the whole world to see. And third, and this is the big one, maintain oversight. The AI is a tool, a powerful one, but you are always the final decision maker. You have the context, the ethics, you get the final say. And that's really the thought I want to leave you with today. As this technology gets woven more and more into our daily lives, it's going to give us an endless stream of answers. But the judgment, the wisdom, the critical thinking to know what to actually do with those answers, yeah, that still has to come from us.